So again, Aburu, Aboye, Aboshishe, Oloris, Awo, Inifa, Ilia Dingbe, Ilia Du, Egbe Sumo Mi, Egbe Amileke, Egbe Ola, and Egbe Enrique. I pray that you have the E-ray of victory. May the ancestors support you and your family, and may we be the ones who avoid contention with the Iyami. So, has anybody ever had anything that was stolen, taken by anyone else? Right? We all have, right? Something tangible. We all have. So the question we must ask ourselves first, right? The thing that was taken, was it a blessing to the other person? Was it? Let's do it like this. If someone steals a car and the car will be reported stolen, is it a blessing for the person who stole the car? I would say no. Iparike?
It's also real. The car broke down and it can't be used by anyone because they stole my car.
So the Ashe, right? So when it was a blessing for you, it was an obstacle or challenge for someone else. Ifatusin.
Benny Baba.
I thought you had your hand up.
I did, but if Rika answered it.
Okay. So what was somebody stole your car?
No, not my car, Mama.
What they steal from you?
Money, actually.
So what was the end result?
I don't know. We'll see. I'm still waiting on the end result.
So what happens is, I say, anybody else want to add anything? The point is, we all know that if something is placed in the wrong place, right? If it's stolen, if it's taken, even if it's lost, right? The blessing for the thing is diminished. This is a clear way to transform the energy. The thing that is a blessing to you may not, will not have longevity with someone else. How do we know this? Because Ifa tells us. In this way, so when we see Ifa says that the things that we have will not be spoiled, they will not be lost, right? It means this as well. Where we think one thing may be a blessing, right? It's a blessing to us, and others will see it as a blessing, right? And it's because we have it. That's a part of the chemistry. We have to understand that. This is the alchemical, right? With property of the thing. So my phone is my phone. It benefits me. If someone steals it, it no longer becomes a benefit to them. If Enrique's car, anything, shoes, right? Because those things belong to you and your destiny. How do I know? Because you are the owner of those things. So Ori is very powerful in this way. And this is why Ifa takes the stance on children and bringing new life into the world and a certain, it puts a certain ashe on it. Children. So what is it about children that Ifa explained to us through this example? It is the birthing of a new destiny. So there's no need to buy children's clothes, right? Toys, whatever. All those things that come into manifestation with the conception or birth of the child. Right? There's no need to go to a pediatrician without a child. There's no need to buy baby clothes without a child. There's no need to worry about schools without a child. There's no need to worry about all these things. So it shows us that the birth of a particular destiny, right? In this way, it's not that of an animal, it's that of a human. Ose Omolu tells us about that, right? With the difference between animals and humans, those who can do things and those who can't, etc. Those who can offer a bow to have this higher consciousness. Birthing these new Oris, these destiny, allowing these ancestors to return brings a whole set of blessings and challenges as well. But it's a new destiny affecting the world at that time. There's only the need to see certain array. We can understand that there are certain ajogun that's attached to that. We've seen it with Ogbe, how Alpha Wape and his challenges came from heaven to earth. His challenges preceded him, right? But his destiny was more complete than others. These things that complete one's destiny are these material things that we have in this world. If I articulates these things, right, with Ireaiku, Ireaje, Ireoma, Ireaya or Oko, Ire Ishegun, Ire Lape, Ire Pupo. If I articulates these things, it goes further to say success and elevation, good energy, recognition, peace. So the blessings that one's Ori or anyone's Ori give birth to, give life to, the Ori has to come first. The destiny has to come into existence first. We know there's a challenge associated with theft. The blessing no longer becomes a blessing. If I tell us in Ogbe Hunle how those blessings will pour into our house, how nothing can be stolen. There's a whole lot of other things that factor into it, right? If you have the car and you sell the car, right, you are giving that, transferring that blessing to someone else. If you resell something, you're transferring that blessing to something else. You put a price, right, energetic exchange on the blessing. This is why Ifa tells us not to give our things away. It'll tell us not to share clothing, not to share a purse, not to share a coat, not to share a car. Don't let people stay in your house, right? Because of the energy about sharing blessings. Certain blessings we may not receive when our environment is not accommodating. You won't receive blessings sometimes because the people that you're around, right? Maybe the ideology that you have, the way that you feel, even the recognition is not on a level where it's accommodating to the blessing. Ifa tells us in several verses, right, about perception.
Power on.
Power on. Ifa tells us about perception, how we see things, how we view the things that we have, even the challenges, what we should worry about and what we shouldn't. So, what happens when Ifa speaks about theft? Ogbe Hunle Ifani. Ogbe Hunle.
Ogbe Hunle.
Ogiri Womu Aya. Ogiri Womu Aya.
Ogiri won Aya.
Ogiri Womu Aya.
Ogiri won Aya.
Yeah.
Cast divination for 16 Odu.
Cast divination for 16 Odu.
Odu.
Cast divination for 16 Odu.
When they were on a trip.
When they were on a trip.
On a trip.
To the house of Olofin. Sorry.
To the house
of Olofin.
He was told to make sacrifice.
He was
told to make sacrifice.
He complied.
He complied.
Whatever belongs to Ogbe.
Whatever belongs to Ogbe.
Will never be taken from him.
Will never be taken from him.
So Ogbe.
Okay.
You can relax.
You can relax.
You can relax.
Ashe.
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 This Ifa says that whatever is yours is protected. This is the Ifa that was cast for the 16 Odu. So what 16 Odu does that remind you of? Anyone?
Magic.
Say it again.
Magis.
The 16 Marindelagoon Oju Odu? Is that what you're saying?
Benny, I apologize, Baba. I'm driving.
No, I didn't know who that was. But Benny, you're right, Ianifa. You're right. 16 Megis, this Marindelagoon Oju Odu. So then what about Olofin? So we got the 16 principal Odu, right? They go into the house of Olofin. What's the thing that supports this? The first line, Ogiri Womu Aya. Ogiri satisfies the wife. So Ogiri is food stuff. It's food. It's fermented oil, right? It changes, has a strong smell and taste. So it's the strength of the thing that's pleasing in our alignments. The bond, right? When we talk about spouse and things like that, those alignments, we understand that the covenant. The covenant is the thing that is strong. So what types of covenants do we have when we're dealing with the 16 principal Odu, Merindelagun Oju Odu, the Medjis, or Olofin Odu? Right? What covenant do we have? Anyone? What covenant do you have with Ifa? Anyone? Kashar.
That you'll listen and obey your taboos.
But what is the thing that seals the covenant?
Blood.
Ashe. So, Ifatusin, what's the phrase about the blood? She ain't listening. Ifatusin. Omoya.
It wasn't this question, Baba. It was the other question that I was going to say, fulfilling your destiny.
Benny. Ashe. Ashe. That applies to this one as well. Right? Destiny. It is only the 16 Mirandelagu, Oju Oju, the Medjis, and Olofin that support one's destiny. We're not, even outside of Olodumare, we're talking about the catalyst. What's the thing that makes it happen? The covenant that we have, and it gives the example of the thing that's pleasing or satisfies the wife. Iyami. Right? The thing that's pleasing to Iyami. So it's saying, in essence, right? Iyami, this is the covenant with the Iyami, right? This was the Ifa cast, the thing that's pleasant to the Iyami, pleasing to the Iyami, to the mothers, the spouse. This was the Ifa that was cast for the 16 principal Odu when they was going on a trip to Olafin's house. That made the sacrifice and complied. So it's the covenant, right, between 16 principal Odu and Olofin, right, the Iami, the rest of the Orisha and the Rumali, Oludumare, Akamara. It's these covenants that are stronger than any covenant, right, or any intention, malintent done by humans. It says to relax. Tell the one that's moving forward and expanding, right? Because that's Ogbe, right? So the things that you're doing won't be stolen by anyone. Now, it's not saying that, or maybe it is, right? Because it's telling Ogbe to relax, not to have self-sabotaging behavior. Ogbe, relax. You ain't got to be doing nothing. Just worry about your destiny. Worry about continuing to move forward in the progress because you're supported by the covenant, right? Enforced by the 16 principal Odu and Olofin, Odu. So when we look at Olofin, right, we understand that Olofin is the physical, right, and spiritual leader of a particular area. Right, we can see it. The Oni is the spiritual leader. So now it's that we have an Oni in Ife and Ile Ife, right? But we don't have an Olofin. We don't have olefin. But it gives us the example, right, of olefin because it's talking about not just the physical, but also the spiritual. Not just the spiritual, but also the physical. This is where the sacrifice takes place, where the covenant is sealed, when things manifest in the physical. So those spiritual covenants that we have, right, like destiny. Iferique's car is Iferique's car. It's part of her destiny to enjoy the benefits of the car. She can choose what she does with it. The moment that someone else takes possession of it without her consent, these energies go into action. So it's very important we understand this, right? Because even with some of the things we do, working at the wrong place, being in the wrong relationship, right? There's things that can take place that will invoke a change. Things can go from one way to the next based on our perception, based on someone else's perception. Things can be good in a relationship, then one day they flip. You can be friends with this person, then one day you're not, right? What is it that changes? Remember, the change has to happen first in the spiritual before it happens in the physical. If I says that those things that we are meant to align with will be ours, it's said, right? In the next verse, talks about Ori signed the hour of the cocoa the cocoa yam. He cast Ephah for cocoa. We're going to become the wife of the swamp area. She was advised to offer, but she complied. Ori supports cocoa, and she met the swampy area. Things need water to grow. They need a particular condition. We can follow the advice and see that everything has an order about it. Things will prosper and progress and grow in one place, where in another place they may not. Will the cocoa yam grow in the desert? No. Will it grow in the plain? Maybe. But definitely in the swampy area. This is where it can grow and thrive. The second verse echoes the first verse. It even supports it in a way because it says that things need to be a certain way for them to be blessing. If it's not, it's not. The things that you enjoy are yours to enjoy. The things for others to enjoy are the things that they enjoy or for their enjoyment. So a lot of people say that people can steal destiny, right? It's not really stealing the thing they tried to do because it's not possible. What happens is they can delay. And this is based on how you perceive the circumstance. If one can see and show gratitude, if one can be benevolent, if one has understanding, what are one's motivations? We don't know sometimes, right? We cast Ifá. Ifá tells us that this thing is good or the thing is not. It's time or it's not. It's in E-ray or it's not. This is the purpose, right? Because sometimes we can be misled. We can accept the thing that's not a part of our destiny. It becomes problematic. May our Ori support us in the right alignments. May we have those alignments that will bring us growth, elevation, and success. Those things will help us to have victory, not only over ourselves, but for others around us to have victory as well. Those things that people may take may be laced with challenge. You know, it's not me, it's Ifa. Those things, people may take things, and for you, it may have been a blessing. If Enrique says it was not a blessing for them, the car shut off. These things come with the protection, but people try to do what they do. No one can steal your destiny. No one can steal your blessing. It's a matter of education, right, or understanding, right? If we know that it's not possible, then we won't feel that way. We won't sabotage ourselves. We'll go ahead and move on to the next thing, right? Because the blessing will be replaced. Right? Sometimes we go into these situations, right? We may have lost, but it's only a catalyst to bring something else. No one can steal anyone's destiny. It is only the choices that we make that can cause the delay. You know, I like for, you know, sometimes it's good to work on fear, right? Fear sometimes, or doubt, is that thing that motivates change, but it has to be controlled. Is the fear or the doubt or the apprehensiveness, is it legitimate? Just like the first verse, right? The things can happen in one's mind. It can be a strong feeling, right? An urge, if you will, right? We can be comfortable with it. Some people can be comfortable feeling doubt, right? Especially if they doubtful a lot. Some people are comfortable with being apprehensive. Some people can't manifest by themselves. So if we think about it and we look at it this way, right? Someone who wants something of someone else's can't manifest it on their own. Think about it. So if I tells us that when people are jealous, people do things, they do things and they misbehave, they're suffering. Already, you're not the same because you know about destiny, because you're able to perceive your array. Because gratitude upon gratitude is the hour of all gratitude. Benevolence, those acts of kindness that you don't have to do, extending the greeting, keeping your energy in a certain place. It's the energy that people want. No one can steal your energy. It's not the tangible thing, but that thing is associated with your energy. So you're like, why they so jealous? Why they be hating? Why they do this? Why they do that? Blah, 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 blah. It's because of your energy. Those things that you may have are only representations of your energy. And sometimes people need it. If I said to keep doing what you've been doing, don't be excited. Don't be animated. Don't be doubtful, right? Continue doing what you've been doing, right? Relax. Receive your blessing. It's only your energy that they want. Kashan.
When you say don't be excited or animated, what do you mean exactly by that?
It's in the context of what we're discussing.
So when these situations arise, just don't be doubtful of Ifa, essentially.
Well, Benny,
Know that Ifa has your back.
we're talking about the rules, right? These unwritten rules, these unspoken rules, norms, if you will. So, you know, nobody can steal anything from you. They can't steal your blessing. Let me hear you say it.
They can't steal your blessing.
So if someone takes something from you, is it a blessing?
No.
Right, because there's gonna be a whole bunch of smoke about it. So even the thing that they've taken will cause them challenges.
Right, because they don't have the character to continue to make the blessing blossom and to continue on where you had the blessing at. They don't know the work you put in to get there or that you use to maintain it. I get you.
Ashe,
Asha.
I'd be careful about picking up money on the ground. If I speak about that too as well.
What exactly does that lead to, Bob? I'm sorry to cut you off, but is
Because
that something that like they don't do?
well, no, say it again.
I said, so what exactly does that lead to? Is that something that they say not to do? Like if you pick up money from the ground, you might pick up their energy with money. So if they're money sick, you'll be money sick momentarily until you can get it up off you.
Not even just money sick, period. Because we don't know why that offering is made.
Okay. So essentially, Ifa is really saying that if you don't know, if something is there, leave it where it is.
Leave it where it is.
Like if it's not like, say somebody left, I'm gonna just go and say like somebody left a wallet on the ground or somebody left a phone on the ground. You're not just picking up the phone or the wallet or whatever in it. You're picking up the energy they have and the relationships they have or whatever is with that. I got you.
I'm saying, so has Ifa ever told you to give up clothing?
Not yet, no.
Anyone?
Actually, yes, because we have to wear white.
Mm-hmm. But during that elbow, for example, Otur D, Torian.
I was saying, is it the same concept when Taboo came back and told me not to wear like black and red together, or he had me get away rid of the black in my bed, like the curtains and the sheets and all that?
Yes. Yes. Ifarike.
There was a period of time a few years ago that we had to actually take the clothing that we had on and offer it. We had to throw it away. So yeah, it has come up before in an elbow to offer our clothes.
We do that to give away certain energy. Right? So this is something else. I see you, Ocean Boomy. So sometimes there's these instances where you're supposed to give your clothing to someone else. This the flex, because the things that affect you in a certain way will not affect the next person in the same way. Do we understand?
100%.
If I may tell you, hey, even at Ogbe Hunle, if I would tell you, hey, you need to give clothes away to someone else. Because the thing that you have will not be the same for someone else under that particular energy. So like we look at it, be like, if it's not good for me, it won't be good for them, etc. No, because we're talking about the transformative nature of the other person or the energy. The thing that we give away, right? In this instance, because we're doing it with the best energy or intention possible. We give the thing away, right? We can buy the thing, have the thing, whatever it is. We give the thing away, right? And it's twofold. One, because we're giving a gift. That's one. Two, the thing that we given has a different effect on others. So it shows us, one, that you can't, not with Ifa, right? You can't give something negative away. That the people, the other person, anyone, all of us, everybody say all of us,
All of us.
All of us.
have the ability to transmute energy.
Are we supposed to say that too?
You can.
I have the ability to transmute energy.
We have the ability to transmute energy. The transformative nature. Ori. You know, we all see the good things and bad. We can see things from another perspective, a higher level, right? So if you give those things away, and you know, under this Oduifa, Ogbe Hunle, Ogbe Hunke, because we're supposed to share and do things with other people. So if I says, hey, this thing that is on you, that adorns you, that covers you, you must give it away, right, to someone less fortunate. They definitely don't deserve the obstacles or challenges or whatever it was, right? So they automatically transmute the energy. So this is in a positive way. So it happens in the opposite. If someone takes something from you that brought you blessing, it is the negative that they take because this is the energy that they put into it. They've transmuted this energy based on their own intention to cause obstacles. But if Ifa says you're supposed to be somewhere doing a certain thing, there's no one that can do it other than you. It's the thing about destiny. Let all those advice or offer go do so accordingly. We know, right? You can't act like it's well and fine when it's not well and fine. The thing is going to cause a problem to someone else. So why worry? Think about it, right? Ogbe Rikusa, if I was able to change the ways of Ogun through initiation, what else can it change? If it can change death to life, right? If it can bring endings and these other things, then how can anyone steal what's yours? You're saying if I didn't foresee it, if I says that it will put something else in its place, that they would take the negative out of your life and bring it into theirs. So let us move away from that ideology. No one should even say it, right? Because it's not possible. It's possible that people will try to do these things, right? This is what their intent is to come to try to steal some type of blessing. It's done. Say Ashe. Let them have it. See how that works out in the end. Meanwhile, if I will bring something else to put in its place. Ashe. Questions, concerns, comments. If I say anything harmful, hurtful, untrue, it's surely for myself. If I say anything that's true, correct, brings on life, it is surely from Ifan Udamari.